Hello, Lenny. It is nice to be here this evening. Hi, guys. Give us a comment. Let us know that you're here. Hi, Paula. Hey, Naomi. Sandy, hello. Yes, Lenny. Nice. I'm glad you asked for a reading. I do want to pull you some cards. Hi, Jody. I'm just going to put you on the screen, Lenny, so I don't forget about you. Hi, Courtney. Yusef, Patricia, hello. Hey, Nick. Thank you. It is nice to be here. Sorry about the absence. I'm looking at comments instead of the camera, guys, at the second, but yep, no worries. All right. So just usual, guys, as before I start is one, there has been an absence with the live feeds. There has been an absence with the daily reads. I'll explain all of that later, but I am back and we'll be here again next Friday. So, guys, how it's working tonight, please feel free to ask your questions. Please be specific. If you're asking about love, let me know what it is you want to know about love. It allows me to be drawn to you and move on quickly without having to, be specific. Other than that, no pregnancy, no legal, no health questions. Please, guys, I don't ask any prerequisites to get a reading from me. I just read to who I'm drawn to, but absolutely appreciate it if you can share my post or at minimum even just put a heart or a comment or a thumbs up as well. That always helps as well. So I am going to read for Lenny right now, though, guys, so I do want to pull some cards for you. So let's get started. All right, Lenny, let me focus. Quickly. Sorry, Lenny, I'll be with you in 2 seconds, but if I don't let him, he'll...
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Does he see me?
Yeah, they can see you. See you on camera.
Who was that?
That's Lenny. I'm going to do some cards for her. All right, go say everyone. Say bye.
Bye. Is he talking?
No, they're writing.
Oh, the white is
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go, guys. All right, Lenny. Let me focus. Old patterns. Be mindful, okay? Old patterns, Lenny. Yeah. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, see, asking you to take a moment. All right, take a moment, regroup yourself, think about your movements forward, think about the energy around you, think about how you're feeling right now. Okay, how you're feeling right now is a massive indicator, okay, of what's actually going on here. All right, and you really need to stand back and trust yourself. You're moving forward, and you've got the healing card that's there, and so I want to say. You know what? There's effort, okay? I don't want to take away from that, but I'm very much going to say if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, is going quack, 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 it's a duck, okay? And so you need to trust in that. And so, as I said, I can feel that there's effort here, but you need to stand strong and you need to look at things for the way that they are right now, okay? And I'm not trying to be negative. I know that I probably sound negative in this, but I want you to be really sure because we've been there, we've done that, okay? And there's a lot of energy here for a repetition and cycle. So just recognize it, step into it, do what you need to do, but look for the ducks, okay? Look for the ducks. Even if the ducks are good, as I said, but you can obviously see that my energy is concerned here, but you need to take a moment. You need to see the situation for what it is. You need to see how far you're progressing and how good that felt. And you need to stand strong in your truth and your honor right now and don't let yourself get caught somewhere backwards, okay? That is what I have, Lenny. So, sorry. That is what I want to say. I know it's not overly positive, which is why I'm saying sorry, but yeah. All right, let's keep going. Please like my Facebook page. My numbers are bugging me. Let me get over 6,000. All right, comments. Let me just scroll back a little bit, guys. I do want to catch up with a few of you. There are a few of you that I see. All right. Where are we? Okay, so I'm here. Yeah. All right. So, guys, please remember to feel free to comment once again. I bloody knew. My dog's standing at the door. They're looking at me going, let me go out. And I sat here for 5 minutes before I went live with the door open in the cold. God love them. He's fully looking at me. Sorry, guys. Let me just open the door. Go on. I'm going to get back up and shut that because it's freezing, but I'll wait till he goes. All right, Jodie, so I do want to pull a card, but what I was saying, yeah, please feel free to comment more than once if I don't... Walked away from the door. If I don't tend to you straight away. God love our puppies. All right, Jodie, sorry, let me grab for you. Jodie. Yeah, it's funny, I do have to sort of sit and even take a breath myself before I read for you because there is a energy around. All right. Yeah, okay. So Jodie, what I want to say is your goals talk about firstly catching the rainbow. So remembering that your goal's not impossible. So what I want to say to you is I feel like you're being distracted away because you've got the external conflict card. So with all that's going on around you right now, I feel like it's, you know, perhaps creating a little bit of self-doubt, perhaps even people are infiltrating that self-doubt, not necessarily intentionally or with malice, but, you know, some people think differently and some people have different philosophies and notions of the way that life works. And it's not that they're wrong, it's just that we're all in different places. And I feel like some of this energy is impacting and taking you away from your set path. And so what the cards is basically saying to me is you need to remember that where you were headed is where you were right, okay? And so you need to bring yourself back home to that point. You need to trust in yourself. You need to believe in yourself because that's where it all comes from. And if you let the outside come in too much, it deters us away from our path too much. And sometimes it can take years to get back to that path. So be really mindful and trust in what you're feeling right now. Trust in your belief because I know that it's there. So understand that external conflict is having an impact, okay? So bring back your balance, all right? This is actually going to, like, you've then got the sunset card, which talks about the end of an era. And so perhaps by actually standing back and trusting in yourself and putting yourself back on your path, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, okay? So you may need to stand strong in that energy and just go, all right, I need to do me, and so I need to put you to the side, you to the side, you to the side. And I'm not talking about just going, you know, flick with people, but standing strong in your own energy and putting everything else in its place around it so that you sit back with your path. And when you do that, you've got the growth card that comes in, okay, which talks about self-awareness, talks about opportunity, talks about potential. And I just feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders and I feel like I'm heading back home, okay? And when I use the word home, it talks about this place inside of ourselves. It talks about that place where we get to sit and we feel content and peaceful and joyous. So there's a little bit of the overall message, yeah, is that, okay? So I hope that helps. Yeah, okay, that is what I have for you. So I hope that helps. All right, I am going to just shut the door because I'm cold. Little rascal, didn't even go out to pee. All right, let's keep going. So just remember, guys, no legal, no pregnancy, no health questions. Naomi Moroney, I do want to pull a card for you. Things are going to settle again soon. I feel like you're on a little bit of a rise. It's almost like the wave before it crashes. And when a wave crashes, it settles, you know, and it's something beautiful to sit back and watch. So when I talk about crashes, I mean that in a beautiful way, but I just feel like you're on that rise of energy at the moment. So let's just have a look. Everyone's needing a couple of little extra cards tonight, but that's okay so far. All right, so Naomi, when I pull your card, you've got the support card. What this card talks about for me, okay, when I made this card, it was about, yeah, you've got support, it's coming in around you. What I've come to learn around this card is that people have got your back, okay? There's a couple of people around you at least, and that's genuinely all we need. And if you've got more than that, I tend to question it. But anyway, I'll digress. But what I'm talking about is those people that you know have got your back, okay? So they're asking you to ground yourself a little bit. You need to take some time out. You need to, and when we talk about grounding, it can be a little bit of a cliche of a word. And what I'm talking about is spending that time out on your own, perhaps looking over a beautiful set of nature, because at the end of the day, the earth is an electrical system, your body's an electrical system, and we just take time to sit and to be. It mellows us, it connects us. We all know we feel better after a day at the beach or a walk in the park, unless you're at the beach and you get burnt, but you understand what I'm talking about, because there's that feeling of uncertainty around you, okay, which is why I wanted to pull some more cards. And so you need to focus a little bit more on your self-care at the moment, and that talks about standing in your own truth, your own honor, and your own awareness, trusting in what you're seeing and trusting in what you're feeling. Okay, taking a moment just to regroup, to recuperate, to think about what it is that you need and what it is that you need to do, and then take a chance and do what it is that you need to do. Be positive in that, okay? As daunting and as scary and everything else like that change can bring, even when it is just impacting on ourselves, we have a choice to have that positive attitude. I can absolutely relate to that card even personally at the moment. So what I want to say is exactly what I've said. That's that feeling that is around you at the moment. You need to bring yourself back home. Interestingly, readings tend to cluster. Tonight seems to be about that grounding, that focus on self so far. So I want you to do that just a little bit. Take a moment to think about what it is you need and want, and don't be afraid to actually take that chance. The camera's garbage with the light with these cards, but that is what I have for you, so I hope that it helps. All right. Please be specific with your questions. I do not, that's probably bad timing. I don't mean that to anybody directly. I do not mind doing general reads. As you can see, if I'm drawn to you, I'll still pull cards. What I mean by be specific with your questions is if you are asking a specific question, please be specific with that question. Okay? If you have appreciated your reading, I always appreciate you leaving a review on my page, please. All right, let's get back. Natalie, I'm drawn to you more energetically than with the cards, but I wanted to pull one because you asked specifically for a card. So it's asking you where you are now. Natalie Byers, let me just put your card up so you know I'm talking about you. What I want to say to you is that, with the where are you card, it always questions that, are you happy where you are, and all of that kind of energy that's there. If this is what you're doing for the rest of your life, are you happy and satisfied with that? When you contemplate that, you get the freedom card and the transformation card. I feel like it's time for a change to come in around for you, Natalie. What I want to say is things take time, and don't feel like it has to be a quick switch, okay? I feel like put a little bit of planning and put a little bit of thought into, and even if where we are at the moment isn't necessarily where we want to be, understand that it creates a security around us and it creates a format for us to move forward, okay? Because I feel like what you're stepping into is going to take a little bit of time to prepare. Don't be afraid to go for gold. Like, honestly, if one thing that life teaches us is that you get one opportunity and that life and time can be short. So freaking go for gold and trust in yourself. You've got really something beautiful to offer. And I get a really strong feeling around you, not necessarily towards self-employment, but I really don't want to discount that. So if you do have a little bit of a business idea sitting in the back of your head, I feel like you've got something to offer around inspiration and motivation. Okay, I feel like there's a nice energy that links there. But even if that quality just falls into what you want to do with work, don't be afraid to step forward with it, okay? So I feel like it's some time for you to make a game plan around it. Start implementing that game plan. And as I said, I feel like there's steps involved. I feel like it's not just something that's a quick turnaround, okay? But I feel like it is time, and I feel like the energy around you is allowing that time for you to start stepping forward. So trust in that, and yeah, giddy up. Giddy up. It's your time now. You've worked hard for it, so go and take it. Okay, so that is what I have for you. All right, let's have a look. If you would like to book a reading, guys, so if you are local to me, so I'm in the 2264 postcode, I am still seeing face-to-face unless you're traveling to Sydney, So basically, if you're hitting hotspots with COVID at the moment, unfortunately, I'm not seeing face-to-face. So you will not find face-to-face available on my booking system at the moment. However, if you are local, all you need to do is contact me personally and I can organise that. All social distancing procedures obviously are in place. Now, otherwise, phone and video is widely available. I'm now doing all video readings only via Zoom. Okay, if it's a massive issue, contact blah, blah, blah. But it also allows me to record it and then send it to you afterwards. Okay, so you get to keep a copy of the reading. There's no extra charge for my time for you to do that. Okay, so yeah, jump on the page or the website and you'll be able to do that. All right, let's have a look. Guys, again, I don't ask you to like or anything, but always appreciate if you can share the post. Peggy. You're not seeing. You know what, Peggy? You've got a beautiful energy, and I feel like you're one of those people that you and I would sit down with and have a good old laugh. You tell things the way that they are. You deliver. You're just there. You know what I mean? And I want to say that it's a beautiful energy, and don't be afraid to kind of own that a little bit more around, because I feel like I always classify myself as an introverted extrovert, and I feel like you're a little bit like that as well. Okay. And so that future that you're not seeing, it's not because it's not there. It's because you're a little bit unsure and daunted to take on what it is that you really want, I feel. Okay. And sometimes when I deliver a reading, I hear myself and I hear myself what I'm saying to you, and I get like this bounce back to me. It's hard to explain, but it's not that you're not receiving the information. It's that it's something that you need to kind of sit in, just think about a little bit, you know what I mean? And so it's not about being confrontational with me, like as far as having to be vulnerable, but do that in your own space and your own time, and just see yourself for all the beautiful things that you have to offer, but see the little ways that you're holding yourself back a little bit. Okay. As I said, you really, it's a daggy word to use, but I want to use the word sprightly when I sit in your energy. As I said, I just feel like you've got a lot to offer. As I said, you can see the smirk on my face when I sit in your energy. I really honestly think that you and I would be great friends. So, trust in yourself a little bit more, okay? And have a think about what it is that you want, and just, be honest with yourself and where you're sitting with all of that, and don't be afraid to start with little steps, okay? Because the future is there. All right, I see engagement socially. I see just having that, not big broad circle, because I feel like you're kind of a no bullshit person, and so your circle's not going to sit too broad. But I see that circle that's sitting around you, and I see connection, and I see quality of life, and I see laughter. So, yeah. I hope that helps. And as I said, I know that what I'm saying I hear, and sometimes I feel that bounce back. So I know that you just need a moment. But don't be afraid to sit in that moment with yourself, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So I hope that helps. Can you what, bud? Why? As long as you make no noise. For one, what do you want to do? You're supposed to be in bed. You want to say hello one more time?
No, I want to sit down.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll do my live feeds at this time of night from home. So I have my little fella in the background. You will find me normally, and to be quite frank with you guys, you're not going to see me there until the first day of spring. Back on YouTube, but I do daily reads on YouTube each day. It's a little bit, you know what the daily reads are for, and I do want to take a moment to explain this, okay? Because I pull 3 cards. What you do is you take your energy where you're drawn to, and then I do an extended reading for each card. Now, the energy around that is that it gives you a little bit of food for thought each day, and without actually realizing it, what it starts to do is it starts to shift your mindset into thinking about yourself on a deeper level. So therefore, it starts to expand your self-awareness without you even realizing it, And so the daily readings are really good to tap into, because even if you, having a shower, on your commute to work, whether you're, sitting in the bathroom, whatever it is that you're doing, if you just give 5 minutes to think about what the daily read offers you that day, you'll find over a period of time, it actually, as I said, starts to expand your thoughts and self-awareness and all that kind of energy that's there. So I would recommend you joining me on YouTube for those. Say hi. Yeah, I know. All right, time for you to say bye, bud. Bye. All right, let's get back to the readings. I'm just going to hit the bottom for a second to catch up with. All right. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Priscilla. Let me pull a card for you. You've always got such a beautiful energy. Yes, you can have my water, bud. Priscilla. All right. So again, this is the theme of the evening. You can see I've pulled you a few extra cards because I wanted to see. So you've actually pulled the Sunset card first, which talks about the end of an era and starting to move forward, okay? So I feel like you've got the Self-Care card after this, which talks about truth, honor, and awareness, all right? And with that comes confronting fears. And so, which is why I wanted to follow the story. And so there's something that's phasing it out around you. Now, the fact that you've got the male card sitting there, okay, I don't necessarily want to say that it's the ending of something, but I definitely feel like there's a transition or quite a purposeful movement that's here, okay? It's almost like there's a choice to go down or up, okay? And I want to say to you, you know how to go up, and that's what you want to do. So don't be afraid to take it. As I said, that's where that confront fears. It's about having to kind of take a breath and stand in your own energy, your own power, and all of that. And for whatever that means for you, you know, yes, it carries some heartache because you got the heartache card there, which talks about the fact that there's challenging matters of the heart. And as I said, you've got the male card right there, and then you've got the love card straight after it, okay? However, when I sit there and I go, okay, so if we do all of this and we stand in our truth and our honor, where do we get? We get the moving on card, okay, which talks about moving forward to better things. So what I want to say to you though, okay, is that it's not necessarily about walking away here, okay? I want you to take it for what it needs to be for you. And I know that you understand that, okay, because I can still feel the energy coming in. If there's a drastic switch around that's allowing that to stand in some kind of truth or honor, then I suggest take a moment to trust it if that's what you want to do. But if it's not there, don't try to create something that's not there. That's where that confronting fears energy is sitting around, okay? So Priscilla, I hope that helps. You're going to make the right decision regardless. Look for the ducks, okay? Quack quacks, any feathers dropping on the ground, it's a duck, and you need to trust that it is and make the decisions for what it is, okay? So just trust in yourself right now because you know. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay. Let's have a look.
I saw something.
Did you?
Yeah, it's two babies.
Just two babies. Where'd you see two? Oh, on the pictures.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, nice. My phone is going flat noise also, so I'm going to bed. Oh, Donna, if you were waiting for a reading, I'll catch you next time. I want to say get out of your own way a little bit, okay? Stop doubting yourself. You've got, I know that's a simple thing to say, but I feel like you've got some ideas and bits and pieces around it. It's almost like, you know, when we write down a plan and we get the solution to it and then we put a little bit of thought into it and it starts to gravitate into this list, okay? And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. Whereas your energy is kind of in place in the first place, and I feel like you need to trust in that. So let's just see where your cards are, Xavier. Yeah, enough now, buddy. Go on, find your thing, I guess I'll into bed, sorry. Yep, say bye. Go settle into bed. Go get changed in your jammies. My little autistic non-sleeper. All right. Louisa. Okay, so you've got the external conflict card, which talks about conflict caused by external forces and people. You've got the self-care card, you've got the changes card, and the improvements card. Stop worrying about what other people like. You need blinkers sometimes in business, okay? Because we've got other people that are running the same kind of business. We've got an integrity and a passion to move forward. We've got other people that have got that integrity and passion, and we tend to feel like we're running a race in a line of people, okay? And I don't want to suggest that you're just sitting back going, oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? I don't feel that, okay? But I do feel like there's this thing that kind of holds you back. And it's standing in your own light. And as I said, if you put those blinkers on, you go, I don't care what anyone else is doing, what the world thinks. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do moving forward. And sit with that conviction. Sit in your own truth. Sit in your own self-awareness. Sit in your own honor. Allow the changes to come in that need to be changed, because it's not that your self-discipline is out of whack, but when we allow procrastination and anxieties and lack of self-confidence to step into the way, then there's changes that get held back. I feel like there's a little bit more streamline and toughness, and also alignment around finances as well, okay? When we can sit in that and just, as I said, put those blinkers on, you get the improvement card, which talks about improvement of self and situations, okay? So you've earned your place. You know what you're doing. Put your blinkers on. Honestly, put your blinkers on. All you need to focus on is what you're doing, what you believe in, and just see that. Just see that. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about whatever's going on around you. Okay. And as I said, don't get me wrong, I don't feel like that's all you're focused on. But it's sitting there. So I want to say, just keep your blinkers on, do you, and you watch. You'll go. Okay. Del, you're headed where, it's you've got a nice intuitive energy. You've got ideas and plans. I was about to say, people ask sometimes, you see where I'm headed? You know what? And it's such a simple answer, and I don't give the answer, but the simple answer is you're headed wherever you want to be. Where you're headed isn't the issue. It's how you're getting there. You've got such a beautiful energy. Where are you headed? You know what, but you give a lot of yourself over, and I'm not saying that you need to hold yourself back in any way, but you tend to give people 50 chances, and it doesn't serve you well. And to be a little bit more tougher. Yeah, see? Okay, so what I want to say to you, you got the intention card, you got the change of luck, you got the healing card. And the big thing that sits there around me is when you set your intention to what you actually know you deserve instead of what you let yourself believe you deserve, the energy shifts, okay? Energies are shifting for the better. And allowing the healing to come in around that, because, when we take what we know we deserve and we've had a gutload of people behind us giving us what we don't deserve, it can be a little bit impacting and confronting, and we go, like, and it hurts. But allowing that healing to come in, because you're in a stronger place, you've got this intuitive energy, and I feel like the lessons that you've been through have been purposeful, because I feel like you're going to share them and educate others around them, okay? It might not be in a work capacity. It may well be. But I want to say to you, though, that when you sit and you trust in yourself and what it is that you're doing, you're going to be all right. Don't take second best, because you'll be on that. And I feel like, as I said, don't give people second chances. So where you're headed in your personal life, as I said, it's very much a choice. I feel like you've got that energy around you where you know that it's time just to do you, but you're still trying to make everybody else happy as well. You've got an enormous heart, but that enormous heart serve you first before it serves others, okay? There's a nice, strong business feel around you. There honestly is. Yep, go see Dad. I'll fix it. Go see Dad.
Yeah.
I can't. Go see Dad.
Yeah.
Go on. You got to take your jacket off, bud. Go see Dad.
Yeah.
Go see Dad. Little rascal. All right, so I hope that resonates. Okay. I do see, I'm not sure if you're sitting waiting for a connection to come in, but I definitely see an improvement around relationships with you. And I want to say there's something coming in. If there's something around you right now, I want to say this feels really fresh. So if you're in a little bit of a dubious situation where you have a little bit of doubt, okay, you may see that situation stepping out. At absolute minimum, there's going to be a significant change. But as I said, it does feel like quite a fresh new energy that's there. And as I said, there is a nice strong business feel around you as well. Step into your own energy and just go, you know what? I'm going for it. Okay, it's time. It's time. Be mindful where you're setting your intention. Okay, Del, I hope that helps. Hey, Joanne, absolutely. Okay, so Joanne, when I pull your cards, you've got the self-care card, you've got the It's Time card, and the Castor Rainbow card. So what the cards are talking to me about is it's, as I'm not sure how long you've been watching for, but there's very much the energy coming through tonight about sitting in your own self-truth, your self-honor, and awareness. I'm not sure how many times this card's popped out this evening, okay? But I do pull the first three cards by random. So thinking about yourself a little bit more. Okay, Joanne, I already know that you're a very compassionate person and that you do put a lot of energy and time and focus into other people. And I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say enough's enough, like in that regard of, but in a way I kind of do as well. Like it's like if you were sitting in front of me, I'd be like, oh, where are you? In all of this, okay? And to when our attention and focus has been so much towards care and duty towards others and things and everything else like that, it is sometimes hard to step back on our own path. And I feel like you're sort of sitting there a little bit going, okay, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. Okay. And so it fills you with worry and doubt. But I want you to know you've got the support card that comes in, and that talks about the fact that, you still have really strong, beautiful connections around you and people that do genuinely care about you and want to see you smile and everything else like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that you don't. Just, always keep it in context. But then you've got the love that comes in, which talks about the fact you get to sit in your own truth and your own happiness and you get to touch on your desires. Okay, life is short and it's time for you to focus about the things that you think that you're missing out on and actually start putting some action into them, okay? And knowing that the people that you need to be there to do that are actually going to be there when you start to step forward, okay? So I hope that helps. Okay, Patricia. Let me just switch Okay, Patricia. You've got a nice attitude. When I sit and look at your picture, it's like, yeah, cool, that's all good. Yeah, I can deal with that. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so you've got the improvements card. So talking about improvements of self and situations coming in around you, okay? But you've got the female and the frustration card that come out locked together, okay? So I want to say you're feeling a little bit frustrated with yourself. Just sit with that contemplative question of where are you, what's going on around you that you need to clear, because you've got a really strong kind of, as I said, got this, yep, no worries. And I feel like your intuitive energy and your experiences and your, life that's been, it kind of, it's got you prepared. And so just taking a moment to breathe. You've got the spirit card that sits there with it, okay? You've got a really nice, strong mother energy that comes in around that. So whether it's a mother or a mother's mother that comes in, I try not to step too close to mediumship just because it's hard to validate on the live feeds. But you've definitely got that energy that steps in around you that's there. Mother or mothers. Anyway, please don't. So let me have a look. And you got the prosperity card that sits there. You need to make a few little shifts around you. Okay, I feel like there's some energy that's kind of, I feel like I'm taking bites out of you, so to speak, and these feel like yes to the side, but they also feel like the generation below, and not necessarily just children. It could be a concern for family as well. Okay, you got a lot going on around you. Take a moment. I just feel like you're on a hill, okay? I feel like you're on a hill. I feel like you do need to not necessarily step back a little bit, but step back in your own energy. Just take a moment with yourself, take a moment to breathe, realizing, what's around you as far as those connections, trusting your intuitive energy. And as soon as you just take that moment and step back and go, yeah, I'm all good, you get the prosperity card that steps in, okay? So as I said, you just feel like you're on a hill. All right, so I hope that helps. Okay. Sandy. I'd like a card on what I need to know most right now, whether I'm picking up on the right signs and moving in the right direction with matters of the heart. I've had a lot of change this year. Yeah. Okay. So, Sandy, when I see the cards, you've got the Stand Strong card, you've got the Health Be Positive Big Picture. And I'm rattling them off. What I want to say to you is, okay, and as I said, there's a moment of energy that's in this. I feel like I need to say to you, make sure you are standing strong, like literally, okay, in your own energy that you do got this. I feel like, and I say it respectfully to people, we've got a tendency to fall back on old behaviors or old patterns, old, second chances, all of that kind of energy that's there. And I want to say, don't. Think about the long term. Pay attention to how you're feeling right now. Pay attention to what is happening around you right now, whether it be in an emotional, physical, or a spiritual context. Okay, does it feel good? Does it feel right? Does it feel aligned to you? Because if it don't, there's a reason for that. Okay, and you need to stand back strong where you were because you had this and you've got this. Okay, I don't say you had, you do have this. Okay, but I feel like you're wavering a little bit. So just be mindful to stand strong, okay? Be positive. Your attitude is a choice. And I feel like that clicks back in with you and you remember that you're moving towards the bigger picture, that you do have a healthy awareness of that you do know what you need, that you do have those long-term goals that you feel like you can achieve. So don't get caught up in this wavy material in between. See, there's a phase out that needs to come. Once you bring your focus back in, you've got the sunset card, which talks about something's going to fall behind you, something's going to move away, okay? So keep yourself nice and grounded. You get a little bit caught in yourself. See, what should I do? What should I do? Patience, balance, and take a chance to move forward, yeah. Keep breathing, keep moving forward. You can see your path. You know exactly what it is. Stay on it, okay? Stay on it. Don't let that big, beautiful heart of yours get in the way and make decisions that you know you shouldn't be, okay? So I hope that helps, Sandy. Tammy, what I want to say to you, and I say it again, like I always speak honestly and openly, okay? So what I want to say to you, Tammy, is if you're asking me that question, I think I'm looking for my partner in the wrong place. Yes, you are, because you wouldn't be asking me. If it felt right, you would not be asking me. So open yourself up a little bit. I feel like you're holding yourself back a little bit in what you've got to offer and what you know what I mean? So don't you be taking no second best or like scaling down market or anything else like that, because like seriously, that energy is so not needed around you. When I sit and actually connect, I can sit with you two ways. I could sit and keep you in the path that you're on, in the mode that you're in, and go with a bunch of skanky asses, and I say that respectfully, but waste of times. Or I can put you where it's like, 1, 2, 3, nice, okay, upscale, girl. Yeah, like seriously, you've got such a beautiful energy, and it's not even you're beautiful. Make sure you take this. It's not no cliche talk. Like seriously, you need to understand how much more you've got to offer and to value. Don't let previous experiences dictate what you deserve going forward, because no. So yes, if you're asking me that question, yes, you are looking for it in the wrong place, and I want you to upskill, mate. You've got beautiful, beautiful energy, and you are trying to attract something to you that is not worthy of you. Okay, so just be really mindful. I know that's a simple thing to say, and please do not put the cliche into that, because I don't want it to be. Like, I seriously feel like I'm going, what are you doing? You should be here. Why are you looking here? Okay, so yeah, just be mindful of that. A house on your own. Okay, I feel like there still needs to be a little bit of a click around with that. I feel like there needs to be some energy that settles around with you, including financially. Okay. What's your self-discipline overall, whether it be in your mindset and even financial and things like that. That's there. Just take a nice good look around. Have a look at what it is that you want, whether it's in the relationship, in the house. Moving forward, you'd like to see yourself in a nice relationship and in your own place. Okay, now let's bring ourselves back to point A here right now and ask ourselves in an honest capacity, what are we actually doing to do that? Okay, yes, you're doing all the right things. I feel like there's good energy around. As I said, I feel like you're a beautiful person, but you're disciplined within it. And your discipline, it's not because you're not disciplined, it's because the self-belief and the faith isn't there. And so you tend not to put the energy into it to actually allow it to happen. Okay, so a little bit of food for thought that's there, but I want to kick your bum a little bit and go, hey, you've got so much more than what is sitting around you right now, and you need to deserve that, to recognize that, so that what you deserve steps in. Okay, yeah, so I hope that helps, Tammy. Yep. Leilani. I hope that I'm saying that right. I suck with names. People come in for a reading. Sometimes I'm like, oh, would you like a name from the spirit? I'm like, yeah, no probs. But I don't actually. I go, here, no, it's all good. Don't remember my own name most times. So I'll always read for you based on your energy, not your name. Oh, my is back. Oh, good, he's gone. I did say you could say hello, didn't I? Go on. This is my other little peep. Say hi. Hi. You should be in bed. Go to bed.
Another bed, I don't know it. Oh.
There's one just sitting on the top of the stairs that I left for you. Otherwise, I'll start to get in. Yeah.
Circle and a T.
Yep.
Hand and flower.
That's right. All right. Okay. So what I want to say, you got the female card, you got the seal of the deal, you got the change of luck. Bye-bye. When the female card comes out, it talks about the fact you need to stand in your own energy a little bit more, okay? So, for example, when we're sitting and waiting, say, for X, Y, and Z to change so that we can do A, B, and C, what this card represents is that basically isn't going to happen. You need to bring that energy from within yourself and actually go grab that X, Y, and Z, okay, and bring it in. Take charge. Stand a little bit more stronger in your own energy, okay? Make that commitment to move forward. And when you do, you get the energy shifting card, okay, which talks about the fact that it's a change of luck and that energies are going to shift for the better. You need to make the changes that you want to see around you, okay? So if you're waiting on promises or situations and everything else like that to change, yes, I get that sometimes we can't just go and change a situation, especially when it's on a bigger scale, but we can certainly change our actions and notions moving up to that point, okay? And I feel like you just need to stand a little bit more into that. And so that means your self-energy, it means your confidence, it means your, your faith, your belief, all of that kind of thing, all the self-discipline and everything else like that. It's basically sitting back going, you know what? I'm sick of waiting. I'm going to make this happen. Okay, so that's where you need to do. You need to make that commitment to move forward, and then you're going to see that beautiful change of luck and energy shifting to what you actually wanted them to be. So I hope that that helps. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Yeah, you got a band-aid, so yeah, a couple of them bench for them. Love you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What does that say?
It says, please like my Facebook page.
Please like my Facebook page.
All right. Go on. It's good to go.
Who are you talking to?
Different people.
Who are you doing next?
I'm not sure. Let's have a look.
To Buckadell.
Okay. All right. Tracy. All right, Tracy, I'd like to pull some cards for you. So, guys, please remember, if you'd like to book a reading, you can do so via my Facebook page or the website. Face-to-face, local only, you'll need to book with me manually. Video and phone, you can do. Video are recorded, so you will get a copy at the end. All right, Tracy. Okay. Okay, so Tracy, you've got the trust card that comes in, which talks about self-trust and self-belief, okay? You've got the moving on, you've got the dead-end card, clearing energies, da, 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 da. So what I want to say to you is that you've got actually a little bit of work to do in front of you, okay? I feel like you need to sort of bring yourself back home again, okay? And I know that word's been used a lot, but as I said, readings tend to cluster. And so that self-trust and self-belief, okay? Where is yours, all right? Because when you step back into that own energy that I know that you've got the moving on card, which talks about moving on towards better things, okay? Because there's something around you right now that isn't working, which is why you've got that dead end card that sits there. You need to clear out the energy, out with the old and in with the new, okay? And you'll see if I can get it on the camera. Nice big pile of poop on that card. It's time to get the shit out of your life, okay? Yes, that can be a little bit scary because you've got the confronting fears card and it talks about worry and doubt. But then you've got the beautiful support card that comes in. You've got the card that then allows you to stand in your own truth, your own happiness and desires, but you have to make the decision to actually do that. Okay, so as I said, Tracy, it feels like you've got a little bit of work to do around you, but I want to say to you that, you know, it's that question of, letting go of releasing binds. I'm looking to see if the card comes out. Then the joy. See? That's exactly the card that I was looking to see that come out. Because I usually pull 12 cards in a spread. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, where are you? This is the most biggest card in the deck. It talks about the fact, you know, if you find yourself, and today is the last day of your life, how do you feel about what you've done? How do you feel about the decisions that you've made? How do you feel about what you did? How do you feel about where your balls were? How do you feel about how much courage you put into your life? Okay, because you deserve all of these things. So it's asking you to think about that a little bit, okay? There needs to be, as I said, a little bit more work. Bring yourself home. And just trust in yourself. Give yourself things that you enjoy. The best way to bring yourself home, honestly, when you sit there and go, well, how the hell do I do that? You treat yourself like your best friend, okay? You treat, I don't have a best friend, and that's fine. You're now your best friend, okay? And you treat yourself with the utmost respect and love and admiration and honor. And trust me, the rest will soon start following, okay? So I hope that that helps. Gabrielle, Beverly, Gabrielle, what? There's still a little bit of time sitting around you. I do feel like around 18 months, 2 years. I know that's a long time to say, but there's something that's getting in the way of that. It's almost like there's a distraction in play at the moment. I'm drawn to family around with that. Just make sure you're making time for yourself, because readings are always as the energy sits today. So if the timeline's too long for you, then do something to switch it. Because you've got a beautiful energy. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Make sure you haven't got anyone coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. Creating a delay. Pop, 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 pop. Yes, your slate needs to be clean if you want a clean energy. All right, so I hope that helps. Share it. Yeah, I can do that. What time? Kayla. Gee whiz, a lot of energy around tonight. Let's have a look. What's the energy of that? Okay, so overall, the energies want you to know that you are secure. Okay, you're just secure in making choices around you right now. Okay, it's like there's something on your mind, because you've got the card that talks about regrouping, taking a moment to recuperate, being mindful but resting. You've got the internal conflict, which very specifically talks about that. You know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, being caught in our own thoughts. You know, confronting fears. Now, that's always an honesty card. That one, it requires you to sit back and have a look at what actions that you're actually doing, or what delays and procrastinations you're putting into place because you're a little bit fearful to move forward, whatever that represents for you. Okay, the worry and doubt card that falls straight in there behind it. And so it's about sort of sitting back with yourself, recognizing the process that's going on around you, but realizing that you've put everything in place to be secure in your choices, okay? And that what you're feeling in your gut right now about what you need to do is actually the right choice. Okay, so I feel like you need to take some action on that. And that involves, as I said, confronting those fears. But know that you're supported, know that you're going to be all right, and know that once you do, you get to sit in your own truth, your own desires, and your own happiness as well. Okay? Do you? What do you want? Okay? Don't be afraid to voice that. And if it's what you want is not what is being offered, you need to make some decisions around that as well. So, Kayla, I hope that helps. Okay. So, guys, just remember, oh, yeah. Oh, where'd you go? I've been hanging to read for you. Where'd you go? Sorry, guys. I want to read. I flicked it. There we go. Elaine. Every time I see your name around somewhere, I'm like, oh, did this happen? Waiting for validation. Now's my time. All right. Let's have a look. You got a jump card too. All right, Elaine. Let me have a look. Yeah. I know that. All right, I don't want to pull your cards because you've got the bigger picture, you've got the joy card. Yeah, see, moving on. You've got the bigger picture, you've got the joy card, you've got the transformation card. What your cards are telling me straight away, and I already know, okay, is that you have focus towards the bigger picture. You've got an amazing energy for being able to recognize what it is you need. With that brings the joy. And when you follow that, you've got the transformation. So you're blossoming into true self, okay? So then you've got the moving on card. You've taken a moment and you've really thought about where you are. You've trusted yourself. It's brought around an energy. It's been a little bit frustrating, but you've recognized that shit happens. I feel like I can do a circle with this, and not because you are circling, okay? I don't want to say that you're stuck in a cycle, but, you know, like how we go up a set of steps, and each step is a new step, okay? So it's not backwards, it's a movement energy up, but it's like you've done that. As I said, because I know you've looked at the bigger picture, it's brought in the joy, it's brought in the transformation, you've blossomed into true self, but I want to go and start this again. I feel like you've then reevaluated, you've had a look again at that joy, it's brought in that new transformation and energy, you've really questioned where I am, what I'm doing, what's right for me, and you've chosen to move on towards better things. And I want to say that Dan Hooton, that's the best decision. Like, you've had a really positive energy each time I've seen you that's there. So I understand I'm probably just giving you validation right now around what you already know, but I absolutely want to validate that. I still feel like there's a little bit more change that wants to come in, though, because you've got the patience, the self-denial, and the shit happens card that's sitting at the end. So perhaps a little bit more processing, or just a few little shifts that need to be made to get you right to where you want to be. But I want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Very much keep doing what you're doing, okay? Absolutely keep doing what you're doing. Didn't quite answer my question, but that's all right. Okay. Know your worth. Oh, you weren't even asking for a question, but you know what? I'm jumping on that. Don't care. All right. Yes. Know your worth. It is very important. It's very. See, you know what's interesting, Elaine, is that I'm just reading your question like yes. I took it as yes. Please give me a card, because as I said, I've been wanting to read for you because I've been drawn for your energy. But you're absolutely right. And I'm really glad that your energy and your reading actually just resonated that, because you do, and you have chosen to step into that. Honestly, you've got an awesome energy. You're absolutely welcome, Kayla. No pregnancy, no legal, no health questions on the live feeds, guys. All right, so I do want to pick a couple more before I finish this evening. What I would like to say to you is that you can book a reading with me online still via phone and video. If you'd like to book a video reading, you will have the choice of having the reading sent to you afterwards. Other than that, if you are local and need a face-to-face reading, you need to book with me manually, okay? Just filtering face-to-face manually at the moment due to current circumstances. Reiki is absolutely still available as well, guys. And other than that, live feeds are back every Friday, and you'll find YouTube active again. Well, not active, it's still active. It hasn't gone anywhere. But you'll find that kicks back in on the first day of spring. Okay. All right. So I did want to pull for you. I was drawn to you. Bev. Bev. Got a song in my head when I was sitting with you, and I just wanted to trace it for a second, which the song itself might not mean anything, but I want to listen to the words. It's that, you know, that you've been hit by a smooth criminal. Song that popped into my head since I started reading for you. Okay, so you've got the support card, the seal the deal, and the uncertainty card. I did pull another random card for you just to see, and it's that you're contemplating that energy of where you are. Oh, isn't that interesting? That's interesting. That wasn't an accident. That was you've got the same card that follows after what I just pulled. However, I pulled that randomly and that one come out off top. So that's nice. All right. So Bev, the support card, okay, it talks about the fact there's energy around you that you can rely on right now, okay, and you need to make a bit of a commitment to move forward. You may not necessarily recognize what that looks like, but when you sit back and think about what it is you really want, that answer will become a lot more clearer. You just need to have the courage and the conviction to start moving forward towards it. Understanding that in life shit happens, and that means that things have happened that aren't necessarily fair. We didn't necessarily deserve them, but they're there. They're there for lessons, they're there for reasons or seasons, but we need to not let them be the thing that defines us, okay? And when we put everything in its context and sit in that recognition, you've got the change of luck card, which talks about a shift in energies, okay? Energy shifting forward towards the better. It's funny, so easy to say, not so easy to do. Okay, I know I brushed over that very quickly, or not brushed over, but that I can read that through that very quickly, but I know that there's a great deal of depth of emotion within that, okay? Sit in it, give yourself a moment, nurture yourself through that process, okay? And just recognize that in life, as I said, shit happens. Please don't let it be the thing that holds you back and stops you having what you want, because you do deserve all of that. And when you can sit there and recognize that and see yourself for the queen that you are, you get that shift and that change of energy that's there, okay? It's time for you to honor you and, yeah, You all know I hate cliche by now, but I do definitely want to say treat yourself. As I said, like the queen that you are, because I don't feel like you've been taking the time, or other people necessarily haven't been taking the time to do that. So I hope that that helps. Michelle Louise, will you find inner peace? You know, it's a long journey and it's perpetual. You'll find inner peace and then you'll need to find it again. And you'll need to find it again and again. But it's, you know what the inner peace comes from? Knowing that you do find the peace, knowing that you can find the peace, knowing that if you sit and connect with yourself, okay, so meditation, self-awareness, self-belief, all of those beautiful things that come into play. Inner peace is such a delicate thing. And it's something that doesn't have a simple solution to it. It doesn't have a quick, easy answer, and you'll never find it in paragraph 1A of chapter 2 in some textbook. Inner peace is about a personal journey. Make the choice to find it. Make the choice in recognizing that no matter what challenges you're going through, you still have a point of home within you. That's what I talk about, coming home. You know, and for me, that talks about the fact that I might be sitting incredibly sad or frustrated or all of that. And as I said, you guys haven't seen me on live feeds for, what's this, twice in 6 weeks. There's a very specific reason for that, and I'll share that soon. And it's part of that inner peace journey that's there, but you make a choice to come home, okay? And so that's what I want to say to you. No one's going to hand it to you. You're not going to find it somewhere. It's already there, but it's in here. And you need to be willing to go deep, and you need to be willing to shed a few tears along the way. And understanding that inner peace isn't necessarily a happy feeling. Inner peace is knowing that you're going to be okay and that you have the faith and the resources to call back on your own journey and energy when you need to. Inner peace is about having faith. Okay, so I hope that that helps. All right. Yes, Shani. Please don't apologize for not asking certain questions. Completely drawn to generals as well. It's just, if you're drawn to a specific question, be specifics. See, I just want to share that. She's got such a beautiful energy, this woman. All right. So before I choose, I just want to remind you guys again, thank you very, very much for joining me on the live feed this evening. Thank you very much to those that have shared the live feed this evening and to have left a comment or a love heart, a thumbs up, a laughy face or an angry face on the live feed. They're all appreciated. That's there. So I will be back again next Friday evening. It will be next Friday, I'm pretty sure. I know there's a couple coming up that'll split onto a Saturday. However, you will find me again on YouTube, as I said, on the 1st of September. Bring on spring. Hallelujah. Other than that, guys, book a reading, video, phone, otherwise face-to-face, please call me. Okay, Tanya is who I was drawn to. All right, Tanya. You know what's funny? I'm pulling these cards completely randomly along the deck and you're pulling the same cards. And it's not funny, and it's not a coincidence at all. As I said, readings cluster. Birds of a feather flock together. Where energy goes, energy flows. Okay, so Tanya, you've got the Take 5 card, which again talks about just taking a moment to regroup and recuperate. Okay, I'm pretty sure this spread almost come out identical earlier. Seal the deal, making that commitment to move forward. So as I say, when you take a moment to regroup and recuperate, regroup. Take a moment to breathe. You're working awfully hard. I feel like you need to be mindful of your health, not because there's anything specific that's sitting there, but because you need to be mindful. It's like you can feel yourself starting to wear down. So don't think about now. Think about what that wear down does over 10 years, okay? Taking a moment now to make the commitment to move forward and to sit with yourself. There's some things that you need to shift out because you've got the confronting fears card that's there, and that always talks about having to confront ourselves and confront our truths and all of that. But stay connected with yourself and be mindful of your balance, okay? And when you do that and you stand strong, the healing starts to come in. Just be a little bit patient, but then comes the freedom, okay? So you're the last reading. I'm going to pull 12 cards. So then you've got the Sunset, which talks about the ending of an era, keeping yourself grounded and keeping focused on the bigger picture. So yeah, there's some shifts that need to come around you, Tanya. Okay, I want to say very respectfully, absolutely, because I don't feel like it's a selfish energy in any way, shape, or form. But it's like you're keeping yourself in a room that you're not meant to be standing in. Okay, so just be mindful. Not meant to be standing in. You can walk into it several times a day. You know what I mean? But you need to be a little bit broader than that. Don't keep yourself in a circle that, when you're meant to be in a circle that's this big. All right, Tanya, do you as well as everybody else. So I hope that helps. All right, guys, I want to say again, thank you this evening for joining me for a readings. Absolutely appreciate it if you would like my Facebook page. If you do like and follow my Facebook page, you will be notified when I do live feeds. You will find a couple of randoms through the week next week because I have been a little bit lax, but you'll also find me on Friday evening as well. Okay, guys, the books are open. Please feel free to book a reading. But other than that, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Absolutely would love it if you can leave a positive recommendation on my page. It always helps. But until I see you, and when I see you, take care, stay well, and look forward to seeing you again.